In Fallout New Vegas, players were given a choice that defined not only their character's journey, but also the very fabric of what Fallout could be. It wasn't just a game. It was a cultural touchstone, a masterclass in interactive storytelling that set the bar for an entire genre. Yet, today, the legacy of New Vegas stands at a crossroads. The arrival of the Amazon Fallout TV series has sparked intense debates, shaking the fandom to its core and raising urgent questions about the integrity of Fallout lore. Could the show preserve the spirit of New Vegas, or would it dismantle the carefully crafted tapestry that Obsidian Entertainment wove so many years ago? These questions loom large as we explore the series' impact on New Vegas' canon, delve into the broader challenges of lore preservation, and confront the eternal tension between creators and their audiences. At the heart of this discussion lies a crucial question. How do we embrace change without sacrificing the essence of what made us fall in love with Fallout in the first place? To understand the controversy, we must start with New Vegas itself. Released in 2010, New Vegas was Obsidian Entertainment's love letter to the Fallout series, a narrative powerhouse that expanded on the ideals of freedom, consequences, and the gray mortality of a post-apocalyptic world.
Revenge doesn't interest me.
For many fans, New Vegas represents the pinnacle of the franchise, combining rich storytelling with unparalleled player agency. It is a game that lets you define your courier's legacy, whether through diplomacy, violence, or cunning manipulation. Now, let's enter the Fallout TV series, which boldly seeks to expand the Fallout universe. Yet, with this expansion comes the specter of retcon, an ominous rewriting of beloved narratives. Central to this debate is the destruction of Shady Sands, a pivotal location in the Fallout timeline, which the show places ambiguously around the events of New Vegas. Fans erupted in confusion and frustration. How could this happen without undermining the very fabric of the NCR's identity, so deeply intertwined with Shady Sands? And the timeline, they argued, felt frayed. Was this a careless oversight or a deliberate act to shift focus away from Obsidian's magnum opus? Todd Howard's response attempted to calm the storm. He assured fans that the timeline was being, quote-unquote, threaded tightly, and that all events in New Vegas remain canon. Yet, skepticism persists. Could Shady Sands' destruction serve as a mere plot device, reducing the NCR from a superpower to a footnote? This unease is not unique to Fallout though, guys. Now let's consider Star Wars, another beloved franchise. When Disney acquired Lucasfilms and released the sequel trilogy, it ignited a firestorm of criticism. Fans accused Disney of undoing character arcs, disregarding established lore, and reducing the mythical force to a plot convenience. The Last Jedi's treatment of Luke Skywalker, once a hopeful hero, now a bitter recluse, was emblematic of this divide. Like Fallout, Star Wars became a battleground of nostalgia versus creative reinterpretation. Both franchises showcase the delicate balance between honoring a legacy and exposing new horizons.
Mark,
Yes.
what was your first reaction when you found out what your part on episode 7 would actually be? Did you think it was funny? Were you insulted?
No, I wasn't insulted. I thought it was a really a great surprise, but I don't think they prepared me correctly. In other words, I went to training and, I lost all this weight and did all these things. And I thought, I must be doing something physical if they're sending me to the gym twice a week and torturing me physically. But I think they could have prepared me a little better. It reminds me of the story of the guy that goes on vacation. He has his friend watch his house, see? And the guy goes away and he comes back and asks his friend, it's all about preparing you, right? For the fact that, well, it's going to happen. The guy goes on vacation, he comes back and he says to his friend, so how'd it go? And his friend says, well, your cat's dead. And the guy said, what? My cat's dead? Oh my God, that's terrible. And why did you tell me like that? He said, well, the friend says, well, how did you want me to tell you? He said, well, you could have prepared me a little bit. You know, you could have said your cat was playing on the roof, and you could say he saw a bird and he scampered across the roof and he took a misstep and he fell to the ground and unfortunately he didn't make it. Something like that. And the friend says, okay. And the guy says, any other news? And his friend says, well, your mother was playing on the roof.
Yet, there is nuance here, guys. Both Fallout and Star Wars are not static monuments, but living stories, capable of evolving. The challenge lies in doing so without alienating the audience. When creators prioritize shocking twists or modern sensibilities over internal consistency, they risk diluting the soul of their work. The Fallout TV show's depiction of Mr. House, once a visionary futurist, now seemingly pleasant in Vault-Tech's machine, illustrates this tension. Is this a deeper exploration of his character or a betrayal of his established ethos? The answer depends on whom you ask. Then, there's also the matter of precedent within gaming. Let's take Mass Effect, a series revered for its branching narratives and player agency. When Mass Effect's 3 ending consolidated all choices into 3 static outcomes, fans rebelled. The infamous Retake Mass Effect campaign pressured BioWare into releasing an extended cut, clarifying but not fundamentally altering the ending. The lesson here is clear. Audiences want their engagement respected, their investment validated, and Fallout fans find themselves in a similar position, torn between hope for a respectful continuation and fear of another mishandling. Now, let's return to Fallout. We can't ignore Bethesda's history with the series. Since acquiring the IP from Interplay, Bethesda has taken liberties with the lore. Some celebrated, and others controversial. Fallout 3 introduced the Capital Wasteland, and a new vision of the Brotherhood of Steel. Yet, its portrayal of factions like the Enclave sparked debate. In Fallout 4, it doubled down on the spectacle, and simplified morality, leaving some longing for the narrative complexities of earlier titles. New Vegas stood apart as a beacon of what Fallout could be, its legacy growing stronger in the face of Bethesda's deviations. The TV show's actions, therefore, carry the weight of not just one game, but the franchise's shifting identity. Now guys, what's at stake here is more than canon. It's the essence of Fallout itself. War? War may never change, guys, but Fallout has evolved for better or worse. The TV series holds a unique position, capable of bridging the divide between old and new. Its handling of New Vegas's legacy will determine whether it becomes a cherished expansion or a divisive departure. For fans like us, though, the question isn't just whether New Vegas remains canon, but whether its spirit, its unapologetic commitment to player freedom and moral ambiguity can endure. As we move forward, let's reflect on what makes Fallout special. Not just the lore or the factions, but the stories we create within its world. The fight for New Vegas's legacy is, at its core, a fight for the soul of Fallout. And if the show falters, the Mojave will endure. Not just as a place, but as a testament to what this franchise can achieve when it respects its roots. Now, to delve deeper, we must confront the broader tension between the fans and the creators. Nostalgia is both a blessing and a curse, blinding us to formative experiences while making us resistant to change. This emotional investment is evident across franchises. Consider Mass Effect again. BioWare's stumble and Andromeda's alienated many loyalists. Not because the game lacked potential, but because it failed to live up to the series' legacy. Similarly, Bethesda's handling of Fallout often feels like a battle between competing visions. The grim, moral, ambiguous tone of the original versus the more bombastic, spectacle-driven approach of their later entries. But everybody, I want you all to know, it's not all bleak. There are moments when creators and fans can find common ground. Once again, let's visit Star Wars. Star Wars' spin-off series, The Mandalorian, has earned widespread acclaim by focusing on character-driven stories while respecting the universe's lore. Could the Fallout TV series achieve a similar balance? It's totally possible. The glimpses of the Mojave at the end of Season 1 hint at the desire to honor New Vegas, to incorporate its themes and conflicts into a larger narrative tapestry. And this brings us to another crucial point: the elasticity of canon. In a sprawling universe like Fallout's, contradictions are inevitable. Fans often fill these gaps with headcanon, reconciling inconsistencies in ways that preserve their enjoyment. The destruction of Shady Sands, for instance, might be seen not as a retcon, but as an evolution, a reflection of how societies rise and fall in the wasteland's harsh realities. And yet, the stakes feel even higher. Because Fallout is not just a story. It's a shared universe where players' choices ripple through time. New Vegas exemplifies this ethos, offering endings that feel both personal and impactful. To see its legacy diminish would be more than a narrative loss. It would be a diminishment of what makes Fallout special. That's why fans are so passionate and so critical. They're not resistant to change. They're protective of what change could destroy. So guys, what can we learn from all this? Perhaps it's that the relationship between fans and creators is inherently symbiotic. Fans bring life to the franchise, investing their time, energy, and creativity. Creators, in turn, have a responsibility to respect that investment, even as they explore new directions. This doesn't mean pandering. It means collaboration, a willingness to engage with the audiences and incorporate their perspectives. In the end, the Fallout TV series is a litmus test for how franchises navigate these turbulent waters. Will it bridge the gap between old and new, honoring the Mojave's legacy while carving its own path? Or will it falter, leaving fans to pick up the pieces? That remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the passion of Fallout fans will endure, as fiery and unyielding as the nuclear wasteland itself. The fight for New Vegas isn't just about canon. It's about preserving the spirit of a franchise that, at its best, reminds us of the power of choice, consequence, and storytelling. And so, we leave you with a question, guys. What does Fallout mean to you? Is it a story of survival? A meditation on humanity's flaws? Or something more personal? A reflection of your own journey through its irradiated wasteland? Whatever your answer is, one thing is clear, guys. The Mojave will always endure, a testament to what this franchise can achieve when it respects its roots.